Hi there, this is Bridget from the PlannerSpeechie. Welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be laying down the base for October 7th through the 13th, 2024. I'm going to be using this really adorable kit from A Planner Life stickers. This is my Renaissance Fair. I believe this kit is called Medieval, because this is the week that we are going to the Renaissance Festival in North Carolina. So I'm really, really excited. This art came out last year and I wasn't able to use it because I had already laid down my stuff for the Renaissance Fair and it didn't make sense to use it twice. So I'm going to go ahead and use it here. This is a little bit unusual. The way that this printer shop works is they're not all shaped like this. So some of the sizing of this is kind of interesting. But you can see these are the full boxes. So we have a bunch of different options here. We have a lot of fashion boxes. I really love this little girl who's a fairy. So, so cute. Then we have some interesting like sidebar stuff. This is like all automatically done. We have this really cool knight. We've got a full scene, which is uncut, which is kind of cool. I don't see that as often. We have a lot of white space for these boxes. Which is interesting. We have a lot of functionals. I don't really use this kind of stuff in my planner anymore, but I printed it out. This is so cool. I love the washi here. It's double wide, but it has a really funky, like medieval, sort of Monty Python-esque feel to it. The date covers are also a little different, so I really liked that. We've got some really cute deco here, including some functionals. So I'm definitely going to use the deco for like up at the top. And then we also have some additional boxes with this medieval shape. We've got a lot of these big functionals here. We've got even more functional headers and like cleaning tracker, food tracker. So this is like for very functional planning. We do have the headers here. The headers actually look really thin compared to other headers in other kits that I've used. It also came with this really cool stained glass washi, which I just chopped because it was like the whole thing was like this. So, but like 2 strips of these could go across the whole front, and then you could do like little extras here. So I think I'm going to use these up at the top and then put the deco over it to kind of give it some extra layers. I'm not actually 100% sure because I have a lot of foil that I've pulled that could work really well with this kit. So I'm going to talk about the foil really quickly for a second. This is the foil underlays in Castle. This, I believe, I want to say this is, I couldn't remember if it was taupe or nickel. I will link it down below. But it's in one of those, and it's shiny, but it's got this, it's like a gray almost. So this is a really good option if you don't want just like pure black, but you want something where you're going to be able to see the scene a little bit better. So this is a great foil color. And then I also had pulled a bunch of other foils. I have these really cute pumpkins and these leaf pile stickers from Sadie Stickers. I also have these really cute pumpkins, which I wanted to use because I could use some here and then some here. I have some spooky trees and witchy broomsticks. I don't know why I pulled those. I have a couple of quotes from, these were quote freebies from Caress Press, a maple leaf freebie from Caress Press. I have some unfoiled mini cottage doors that I thought would be cute for this. I have some more fall quotes from Sadie Stickers, all of it in gold. And then I have these other blowing leaves stickers from Sadie Stickers. So I have like a ton of options here. I definitely wanted to do a mixed metal of like the gold with the nickel. But I have like so much to work with here. So I am going to speed things up and come back in a voiceover, and you can see the choices that I end up making for this kit. Hello there, everyone, and welcome back. Thank you so much for watching. I am so thrilled to be bringing you this art. I think it's very different. The kit format is very unusual for me, which I already explained, so I won't go into it too much. But it did mean that I had more decisions to make when I was trying to lay down this base, because this wasn't a typical shop. I also really loved just the style of this washi was so fun. It's got a cartoonish quality to it that I think is great, and it reminded me a little bit of like Monty Python and the Holy Grail or The Princess Bride, which is exactly the vibe that I was going for this week, which was Renaissance Festival week. I used these beautiful gold pumpkin foiled date dots to mark the dates for everything, and there were little white boxes for me to write the dates in, but I was very extra and I decided let's use the gold. The gold would be more fun. I really loved this stained glass washi, but I didn't want to cover up any of the washi down below because I felt like the roofs of the town would just disappear. So I thought, let me just put the stained glass on the top and then I can go with that. And the only regret I have is that I added deco on top of it later. I think I should have just left it alone. I also felt like because the date covers were also very busy, like the formatting of this is off. You know, the washi sticks out a little bit beyond where the date covers go. And I think I should really have cut those down with an X-Acto knife or something to make it look more cohesive. There was just so much to work with. I did really like using this tall box knight in the corner. I thought that was really fun. And then I decided to use the fashion girl up at the top playing the flute because I thought she was very emblematic of what the Renaissance Fair is all about. I don't really dress up for the Renaissance Fair, but I love and encourage people who do because I think it makes the experience more fun for everyone. I sort of tried this year. I did a little bit of shopping to see if I could make that work, and I decided ultimately that it wasn't worth the money this year for me to try and rush ship something that I hadn't put a lot of thought into. I love that little girl or boy, fairy. Um, really precious. So, and then I put the second fashion girl on the other page just to kind of break up the scenes. I used a cute little tent down there, and then I decided to use the jousting scene all the way on the weekend when we actually went to the festival. The irony is, we haven't seen jousting in about 2 years because, in order to watch the jousting, you basically have to sit down in a very specific part of the arena and you have to wait for the show to start. And it gets really, really hot because the sun is traveling and it will move on your face. So, unless you sit yourself in the right spot at the right time, you're basically baking in the sun and it's just not fun. So, we haven't done the jousting part in years. And we offered it to our in laws, but they were like, no, my in laws, I should say, not his in laws. So yeah, and I decided not to color block because all of the boxes that I had were mostly white with like a design trim. So I didn't really have anything to color block specifically. So I was like, let's just put all of it to the side. So I had all this deco and I was trying to figure out, okay, what am I actually going to use as opposed to um, keeping. So I put a little quote box there on the side, and then I ended up using the mandolin as the deco for that piece just to mark like the theme of the week. So this is where I regret what I did. I feel like I should have just used the deco or just used the stained glass and chopped it. And I did too much, which was to put one on top of the other and it became very busy looking. So if I ever use this art again, and there's a good chance I won't because printing this was kind of a pain and I had so many leftover stickers that I just ended up throwing out because I knew I wouldn't use them again because they were too big as functionals. Yeah, so that was my only regret. But I did use the little sword next to October, and then I chopped all of the parts off the top. But yeah, so this was a crazy week, as all of my weeks seem to be in the fall. I think it's just a natural part of working in the schools. The fall is busy. You've got kids trying to acclimate to new schools, new routines. I'm trying to learn 2 new schools and 2 new routines and 2 new administrations, so it's a challenge. These castle underlays looked so good. I couldn't believe it. I wish that the headers were a little bit thicker. They were skinnier than your average headers, so there was a little bit of white space in between. I ended up covering some of that up with the boxes, but I didn't like how uneven it was. I believe this foil was nickel, um, was the one that I ended up choosing because I wanted something darker that was going to show up really, really well. And I did a mixed metal with the gold. So I had all these pretty gold overlays from Sadie Stickers that were fall themed. And I thought some of the boxes looked a little bare. So because I didn't have overlays for everything, I just had some sampler overlays that I was going to use. I used this Sadie Stickers washi falling leaves remainder that I had to do some leaves up at the top. I thought those looked really cute and gave a little bit more shimmer. And then I just stuck the remaining washi on the bottom of one of those full boxes there. Kind of funny. So I ended up using a bunch of different samplers that I had. That was a free Sadie Stickers freebie that I got, and it was 2 leaves in light gold. So I used the frame for the fashion girl up at the quote box, and then I used these like floating leaves down at the bottom. I had 2 sheets of fall quotes that I wanted to use, and so I ended up, I think if that says, okay, that says Pumpkin Patch Cutie. I put that over the little fairy. And then over the Punch and Judy puppet show, I put Happy Fall, y'all, with a little pumpkin. And then over the tent, I wrote autumn. I didn't write. I put autumn leaves and pumpkins, please, in slight script. And I think that was the end of the gold scripts. I didn't really know what else to put. I had 2 pumpkin headers left over, so I used those on the bottom and the top of the tall boxes to kind of give it a little bit of a frame. And then I zoomed in and filled out the rest of the day by days. So let's get into the day by days, shall we? On Monday, I did not sleep very well. This is becoming, unfortunately, a recurring thing. Sunday nights, I do not sleep well. So that is a stick with the plan co sticker just to mark that I slept poorly. Then I used a Carly Plan sticker with that conversation bubble and a script from custom script from Plan Hannah to mark that I did speech therapy. I used a little fairy door from Sadie Stickers that was in black to mark that I did do speech screenings this day. After school, I had to go to CVS to pick up some medications that my doctor had sent over. And then I had teletherapy at 4 o'clock. And I just popped a little TV Thursday sticker from the sticker party to mark that we were watching Veep. On Tuesday, I marked that I took a little morning shower. I used a Once More with Love Ghost activity sticker to mark that. That was really cute. And I also had insomnia on this night as well, so I used a different stick with the Plain Co sticker to mark that I was not awake. I did do speech therapy on this day, and I did do my session notes. So that was really helpful. And I used to stick with the Plan Co. Halloween laptop girl to mark that. I thought that was really that was really apt. And that custom sticker is from Plan Hannah and it just says session notes. So I was able to finish my session notes. I marked that our cleaning team came at 9 a.m. So this was something my husband had set up, and because he works from home, he managed it. But that Scrub Daddy sponge is from Carly Plans. And then I did get some Happy Mail this week from Scribble Prince Co. And that was really fun. I was really excited to get that kit. I believe that was my Hocus Pocus art, if I'm not mistaken. So then on Wednesday morning, I used this cute little ghosty sticker from Sadie Stickers to mark that I did session prep. And then, of course, I did do speech therapy again. That is a conversation bubble from Carly Plans. I did put this out of order, but in the morning before I went to work, I watched an episode of Only Murders in the Building. I like to watch TV in the morning before I go to work to help me wake up. It's just something I do. And then I used a stick with the Planco sticker to mark that I did do a speech eval in the late morning. I did have a crazy planning meeting this afternoon, so I used a rabbit hole handcraft to mark that I had that meeting. I have that meeting every Wednesday, and then I have another one. I have one Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Those are all my staff meetings. So sometimes I'll mark it and sometimes I don't. And then I uploaded a major sticker haul and just relaxed on Wednesday night. I wasn't feeling great, and so I postponed my meeting with my friend to Thursday because I just couldn't handle it. So on Thursday morning, I just marked that it was my friend's daughter, Ada. It was her birthday. It's her first birthday. Can't believe she's already one. That's so crazy. So I used a Carly Plans balloon sticker to mark that, and I just made one of the flags a little bit smaller. But that was really fun. And then I did do speech therapy this day, so I marked the speech bubble with Carly Plans. I had an IEP meeting as well. So I used a Once More with Love sticker to mark that, and then I had a custom Plan a Hannah script to mark the results meeting. I used a ghostly activities. I think that ghost is supposed to be reading a menu, but I took it as reading a book. So I used that to mark that I did do speech evals on Thursday. And then after work, I went straight to the gas station and got gas. I was close. I had like 30 miles left in my car. I also went to Publix after work and got some groceries. And then in the evening, I did a Google Meet with my friend Lynette. So on Friday night, I woke up in the middle of the night in severe pain. And it was bad enough that I was worried that it wasn't going to go away. So I did end up calling out sick. Um, so I used a stick with the Planco sticker to mark that on the top. And then I used a little witch's hat from Spooktober sheet from Carly Plans. Today was trash day, so I did use the ghostly activities to mark that as well. And then I did end up going to the doctor at 11, and I used that scribbler from Scribble Prince Co. in Scrubs to mark that I did do that. The appointment went well. I was given some medication to take, and I was told to rest. So it was good that I had called out that day. I did do a lot of work from home though. Like I ended up probably being more productive working all day at home, even though I had the day off. I did change the sheets and prep the guest rooms, and then my in-laws arrived. They had left New York driving at 5 in the morning, and they got to us around 6 o'clock at night, which was crazy. We did order out from Arby's. That was a request that my father-in-law had because apparently they don't have Arby's where he is, and he really wanted to eat it. So we did do a takeout order. And then on Saturday was kind of a crazy day because we didn't have anything planned, but I was originally going to take my mother-in-law out shopping, and then my father-in-law was like, "Let's go on an exploration." And my husband was not with me. So we ended up driving to this weird little, what they called a market, but it was definitely not a market. It was something else. It was really strange. So we did do that. But then after that, my mother-in-law was like, "I really want to buy you some orchids because they're cat safe and they're beautiful. And we wanted to, we didn't bring you anything when we came here," which I thought was silly. Like, their presence was presence enough. But she did buy me 2 orchids from Lowe's, and she taught me how to water them, so that was fun. We had roast beef for lunch, and then I made espresso martinis. We got Indian takeout, and we watched The Princess Bride. So this was all in anticipation of Sunday when we would go to the Renaissance Festival. My husband made breakfast that morning. We had eggs and apple bread. And then we went to the Carolina Ren Fair, which is the biggest Ren Fair in the state. It's only about 10 minutes drive from where we live. So it was very convenient for us. We go every year. When we got there, we went to the petting zoo. We saw a comedy show with juggling. Um, I ate something called a chimney roll, which is basically like a cinnamon bun funnel cake combo. It was really, really good. We did have pumpkin ale because they do have ale there. That fox is from Pumpkin Paper Co., which is no longer with us. But I used it to mark that we did juggling and we watched the bird show, which is my favorite part of the Run Fair because the owls and the raptors, they like fly right over your head. It's always entertaining. I love it. We also watched something called the Dead Bob Show, which was like pretty bad. It was a skeleton ventriloquist act, and the jokes were horrible. So that was like one of the last things we did. We did come home afterwards. I did do some plan with me's while my family napped, and then we went to City Barbecue for dinner, and it was delicious. So all in all, a very eventful week, and you can see the final spread here. Okay, so this is it, the final spread. I think it came out really well. Oh, I didn't write something here. I'm just gonna write, okay, as a little highlight for the week. So I think this spread came out really, really well. It's a little busy for my taste, but to be honest, like, I'm glad I was able to record everything. I like the little touches of gold throughout the spread. I think it's really fun. So yeah, overall, I don't know that I would use this particular kit again just because it's a different format than I'm used to, but I think it's pretty in a lot of ways. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and please stay tuned for more videos. Take care. Bye.